Deep in the ocean, in a ship lies an old man telling a tale of how an unfortunate sailor fell under an ancient wicked course where he became known as the Flying Dutchman. Where history has it, the only way his course can be lifted is through the pure heart of an innocent soul. As of now, the sailor wanders day and night in the ocean in search of this mysterious innocent soul. The scene shifts deep into Bikini Bottom, right in Spongebob home, where we see his alarm clock starting his day with a good mood. Spongebob knew this day is more special than other days because he finally reaches 36 clam tall. Spongebob dances around calling himself a big guy up until he meets Patrick, who couldn't recognize him because he was upside down, as it shatters his heart until Spongebob lets him know he's now 36 clams tall, celebrating with him as they both walk together. Where Spongebob schools Patrick that being a big guy means he's finally getting to do what every petty guy dreams of doing when they finally grow up. Specifically talking about riding the big guy roller coaster in Captain Bootybeard's fun park before heading there. At the fun park, Spongebob looks really happy, but when he sees the danger behind the ride, fear gripped his whole body, while Patrick still seems energized, but makes up a lie. He promised Mr. Krabs they'll go to the ride together, which Patrick wholeheartedly takes him to Krusty Krab. But it turns out Spongebob begins to wink to Mr. Krabs to agree to his words, even though he knows it's not true, which he did by covering up for him. But Spongebob opens up. He doesn't know why he got scared, though Mr. Krabs lets him know that just being taller doesn't mean he's a big guy, proceeding to tell his story of when he sailed in the endless sea, where he blows a horn, summoning the Flying Dutchman, who's the most scariest ghost to roam the high seas. Spongebob looks impressed as he claims he's a swashbuckler by proving he's brave, courageous, and many more, giving Spongebob the idea he can be a big guy if he earns his swashbuckler certificate. But instead, Krabs laughs in his face, saying he's just a bubble blower, as he sends him to plunge the toilet. Spongebob begins stating points, but finds Mr. Krabs' swashbuckler certificate with Patrick as he storms his shoe, vowing to get his. Just then, a passage with green glow running inwards open, where the wind blows Mr. Krabs' certificate inside. Spongebob realizes getting the certificate proves this is his start of bravery to earn his own certificate, as he follows the path, leading him right beneath the basement, where he falls inside a box as he sees Patrick already inside. It turns out the place happens to be Mr. Krabs' secret place, although when he was about to leave, the green glowing stuff draws his attention as he remembers it's the horn from Mr. Krabs' story, as it has written words that speaks bravery as he blows the horn, summoning the Great Dutchman boat. Hearing the horn, Krabs knew Spongebob has found his secret place, where he rushes to get him out of there before it's too late, dragging Squidward along. Dutchman takes a minute stare at Spongebob, confirming he's perfect as he deceives him. He can earn his swashbuckler certificate only if he proves his worth in the underworld. Spongebob agrees to the deal as he signs in the Dutchman's deal book. Just then, Mr. Krabs barged in, but it was too late as Dutchman transports Spongebob to the underworld. Back up, Krabs blames himself for filling Spongebob's head with adventures, driving him right to the Dutchman. But when Squidward cheers him up, Krabs decides both of them will embark on the journey unless he'll demote Squidward to being the new fry cook, which Squidward finds disgusting. Krabs happens to involve Spongebob's pet snail, proceeding to using a map as he lets them know it's right inside the Challenge Cove. Dutchman will use Spongebob to break his course before embarking on the journey. Right inside the underworld, Spongebob seems scared as usual, but Dutchman lets him know laughing in the face of danger makes him braver. However, Krabs first heads to Bikini Bottom High School, where he searches for David Jones' locker that leads them straight into the underworld. Indeed, Dutchman finds Patrick and Spongebob's friendship disturbing, where Patrick seems to be sabotaging his plan. Krabs looks terrified as hell when monsters began attacking him and his crew, where at some point, he almost decides to head back home, but Gary shows him Spongebob first Krusty Krab ID card, leaving Krabs emotional. Anyway, Dutchman continues tricking Spongebob to make it to all the X's for him to obtain his swashbuckler certificate. At some point, a guy calls Dutchman's assistant, informing him Krabs is following him, though got worried but ignores. Spongebob went through all the challenges with bravery as it stands. It remains only one challenge that will crown him the certificate of being a swashbuckler, which he did. But right about to reach the last X, Mr. Krabs flies in with a three-headed bird, saying he want to rescue him for the Dutchman, although Spongebob mistakes it for a training to become a swashbuckler just like him. At that point, Dutchman wanted to spill Mr. Krabs' little secret, but Krabs does it himself as he lets Spongebob know he was once a fry cook who dreamed of becoming a swashbuckler, although no one believes until he finds a horn where Dutchman promised to make him a swashbuckler, but gets too terrified when he got there as he retreat back home, admitting the certificate was just a Krusty Krab menu. SpongeBob seems disappointed in Mr. Krabs as he turns deaf ears towards him, taking the horn to the last X, as he blows it to prove he's finally going to be a big guy. Dutchman regains his human body, while SpongeBob and Krabs turns to ghost. Dutchman betrays his very own assistant by leaving her behind, where he heads to the surface. Barb decides to help them as she lets them know about the words under his signature, but Patrick interprets it saying the horn has to be broken before sunsets. Krabs uses the three-headed bird to get them there. At the surface, Dutchman seems to be having a good time up until he falls asleep. SpongeBob and Krabs tries to move his bag, but he holds onto it, threatening to take the horn to a place SpongeBob dares to go to, which is the roller coaster. SpongeBob springs a plan to use his bubbles to trap the horn before sunset, using an arrow to pierce the bubble, allowing the horn to shatter, as it reverses the course where he becomes a fry cook, while Barb becomes the captain. Back to normal, Mr. Krabs speaks high of SpongeBob as he awards him his very own Big Guy certificate, where he gives everyone a Bikini Bottom bubble hug, although SpongeBob felt something was missing as it happens that they forgot Squidward. I'm guessing you enjoyed the movie. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.